Hi, I'm George Hardy from ClickLearn, and welcome to today's video, ClickLearn for IFS Solutions. What difference does ClickLearn make to an IFS customer? As one of my customers said, it's like night and day. Let's see what he meant. Our mission is to make you more successful with IFS. We've been a partner of IFS for 5 years, and IFS has named us a Global Partner of the Year each of those 5 years. We now have over 250 IFS customers using ClickLearn since the IFS World Conference in 2015 when we debuted ClickLearn for IFS. Now I'm going to walk us through the 8 layers of value that ClickLearn delivers. The first layer of value is that ClickLearn is going to write your work instructions for you. It can do that because ClickLearn knows IFS inside and out. It knows every module, every screen, every field, every shortcut. Because it can read IFS at the field level, it can handle customizations, full-scale customizations, as well as custom fields. So all you do is open IFS to the screen where you want to start recording a work process. You open ClickLearn Studio on top of it. You click New in ClickLearn Studio, and then it hides itself beneath IFS. And now you simply walk through your process once. ClickLearn is going to follow along behind you and do all of the documentation for you. It's going to give you consistent, high-quality work instructions, everything formatted to your ClickLearn template, which of course you control. And our customers tell us that ClickLearn is saving them 50 to 80% of the time they used to spend manually writing and formatting work instructions. ClickLearn also excels when it comes to dealing with change. And of course, for an IFS customer, the big change is when you're looking to upgrade your version of IFS. We all know what it's like to deal with that on a manual basis. With ClickLearn, it's much easier. All you have to do is set up your test or your dev database for the upgrade version, then tell ClickLearn to replay all of your hundreds or thousands of ClickLearn recordings that you, of course, created for the current version, and then you sit back, sip coffee, and watch as ClickLearn very quickly runs through them all. It's going to grab all of the screenshots from the new IFS version, and if IFS has made a change that invalidates or leaves hanging a step that you, of course, recorded for the current version of IFS, ClickLearn is going to stop at that point. It's going to red flag it for you, show you what has changed. You simply turn on the ClickLearn recorder. You walk through typically the 1 to 3 steps that it will take you to connect up your last valid step from the current version to the next valid step in the upgrade version, and then tell ClickLearn to keep on going. It'll run to the end. You can click Save and Produce, and now you've got all of your work instructions that you created for the current version upgraded to the new version. It's as simple as that. Now, how about the quarterly updates that IFS issues? Well, we all know, again, what it's like to have to deal with those updates in terms of process testing. With ClickLearn, again, it's automated. We created automated process testing at IFS's request so that you can simply run your test scripts, essentially feed your test scripts into your ClickLearn recordings of work processes, and then ClickLearn is going to test them all for you. And it's going to produce a very detailed production log as to the results, showing you down to the second when each step was tested, what the results were, and if there was a fail, it will show you what failed. And then you can take that document back to IFS and you can make sure that everything gets fixed before you roll it out to prod. What does ClickLearn give you? What does it give your end users? Well, when you click Save and Produce, and of course, to backstep a second, you can record the work instructions in any language, any user interface language that IFS supports, and then by clicking in a field, you can simply tell ClickLearn to produce all of the formats that I'm about to describe in all of the user interface languages that IFS supports. So first of all, we've got the Word document. That's the classic version of the work instructions. It's got the closely cropped screenshots, and it's got the text, the navigational text of the work instructions, which come from your ClickLearn corporate template because ClickLearn, again, knew every step you took, and it's recorded them all. And then you're going to get the PowerPoint slide deck with the walkthroughs, the full-size screenshots, and you'll get the handouts for classroom presentation. You'll also get web pages and hyperlinks. But beyond that, your end users are going to get something, a training aid that they've never had before. And that's 3 levels of training videos. And these training videos are going to add text-to-speech narration to the work process steps. So with the Show Me video, I'm going to sit back, I'm going to watch, and I'm going to listen as ClickLearn walks me through the work process that I want to learn about. The Try Me video is the same as the Show Me video, except that it's interactive, meaning ClickLearn will not move to the next step in that work instruction until I grab my mouse and I click in the right location. And then, of course, the Test Me video is going to give us the answer to the question we've always had: how well do my end users actually know their work instructions? So the Test Me videos are going to time and score your end users, and we can automatically produce a SCORM compliant package that you can upload to your LMS, and we can also give you the test results in many other ways. But best of all, from the perspective of your end users, especially new ones, and from the perspective of the support desk, is the live guide or the virtual assistant. This is an avatar that's going to pop up on top of my live IFS system, and he's going to walk and talk me through every step of my work process in my language. All I have to do is follow along, he'll navigate for me, and then I just have to perform my work process steps. Where does ClickLearn put all of the learning content that's been created? Well, if I'm one of your IFS end users, this is an example of the learning portal that I may have. And this learning portal is going to be embedded inside of IFS for me. It can be embedded in my start page, my home page, my lobby page, wherever IT wants me to have it, wherever I'm going to start my day. And then in here, I can get access to all my ClickLearn work instructions, all of the training content in all of the formats that you've authorized me to have. I can type the name in the search bar here, such as VENDOR, and any of my work instructions that's got vendor in it, I'll now see a drop-down list, or I can pull a list of everything that's in my learning portal. The seventh level of value is that ClickLearn's capabilities don't stop at the borders of IFS. We read IFS with what we call an application-specific version of ClickLearn, and we have other application-specific versions of ClickLearn for many applications that you may use, such as Microsoft Office, and we also have two generic ClickLearn connectors, one for recording in Windows apps, typically a legacy product, and one for recording in a web browser window. And best of all, these are smart connectors. What I mean by that is, let's say that I'm in IT, I'm recording a work process instruction, I want to show my end users how to export data from the IFS CRM into Excel and then do something with it. As soon as I take the step where I export the data into Excel and I click in Excel, ClickLearn is going to put a green rectangle around the cell I've clicked in, and it's going to show me the Excel logo. So if I'm the person who's recording the work instructions for my IFS end users, ClickLearn is always giving me visual confirmation. It knows exactly where I am, and it's using the right ClickLearn connector in order to record those process steps. You don't have to worry about any of it. All you have to know is your own work process. The eighth level of value is that we're going to give your team unlimited training and unlimited support. All of that is included in your ClickLearn maintenance contract. We'll create your template for you. We'll do everything that we can do, and we've got lots of experience in working with IFS customers, to make it as easy for you as possible to get set up and start creating your own work process instructions. So to summarize, how does ClickLearn increase the value of your investment in IFS? Well, it does it in three different ways, or you might say for three different interest groups. First of all, for the reasons I've mentioned, it makes IT and support more successful, dramatically reducing the amount of time that they have to spend in documenting and supporting work process instructions. It makes your IFS solutions users more successful for the same reason. They've got uniform work instructions for the first time, and they've got that live assistant who's going to pop up on top of IFS and walk and talk them through their work instruction steps, which makes them productive from day one on the job. And then, of course, at the company level, it's going to increase and speed up your ROI in IFS. IFS themselves are using ClickLearn. As you can see here from this quote, they've been using ClickLearn in the IFS Academy and Consulting since 2017. CDF was one of our first customers. It was our first customer, actually, in IFS North America. And here you can see, you can read them telling us that they have reduced the time it takes to document business processes by 50% compared with doing it manually. and ClickLearn has shortened the learning curve for their IFS users. This is another customer case study. We did this one with Multiplex Australasia. Here, the very first month after they rolled ClickLearn out, support desk tickets dropped by 33%, and since then, they've continued to drop even though Multiplex has been adding more projects and more IFS end users. Now, this is a very interesting slide. This one was written by Aaron Peadcock in creating this customer case study with us. Aaron was the IFS Training Implementation Manager at Multiplex back in 2015 when they implemented IFS. And here, as she's saying, where I'm indicating with the cursor, at that time they had 2 people working full-time for 6 months, and they could only create 40 sets of work instructions. And then after she purchased ClickLearn for IFS, all by herself, one person, in half that time, 3 months, she was able to create 120 sets of work instructions, and of course in all of the formats that ClickLearn supports. If you do the math, you'll see that she's saying that she is 12 times as productive with ClickLearn as they were doing it manually. When we developed the automated process testing functionality at the end of 2017, early 2018, we worked with CDF Corporation again. And here's Alex Ivkovich telling us the comparison between doing testing manually and doing it with ClickLearn. He says that they were able to run the test script when they were going from update 8 of apps 9 to update 9 in 2 minutes and with no user intervention. And they compared that with doing it manually, it would take 15 to 20 minutes. So again, it's over an 80% time saving for IFS customers. The next step would probably be for you to see a live demo of ClickLearn. We'll be happy to give that to you, show it to you, but then we want you to get your hands on ClickLearn. Before you make the purchase decision, we'll give you a trial license, and we'll give you access to the same training and the same support that our customers have. That way, when you make the purchase decision, you'll be very confident that ClickLearn can do everything that we've been describing here and everything you need it to do to generate tremendous value for you in using ClickLearn with IFS solutions. Thank you very much for joining me.